Hey, Sophia, you awake? Like, for real? Or are you still in I need 5 minutes mode?
Ugh. Do I have to be awake? Can I just fake it? Give me a sec. Yawns. All right, now I'm here, but barely.
Come on, people are waiting. You gotta bring that A game.
All right. Sips coffee. Okay, now I'm awake. Sort of. So what are we even talking about today?
Thank you for joining the land of the living. We're talking ATMs. You know, everyone's favorite little stress box.
Oh, ATMs, aka the place where all my money magically disappears. Or the machine that just decides, no money for you today.
Right? You walk up like this'll be quick, and suddenly you're there for an emotional roller coaster. Like first it's enter your PIN, then it's processing, then it's please don't say transaction denied.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on those random fees. It's like the machine goes, oh, I'm taking $3 just because I feel like it.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on those random fees. It's like the machine goes, oh, I'm taking $3 just because I feel like it.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, this is the price of convenience. And you're standing there staring at the screen like, did I really just pay $3 to get my own money? Seriously. And then you do that nervous shuffle, waiting for your cash to come out, thinking, please don't eat my card, please.
Oh man, or that one time when it did eat my card. Full on panic mode. I was like, so I'm just supposed to survive without money now? Cool.
Exactly. It's like this whole epic drama that plays out in 30 seconds. By the end of it, you're either a hero or totally defeated.
Exactly. So today we're diving into some English phrases for when you're dealing with an ATM. We'll cover all of those little ATM moments we all know too well. Sound good?
Sure. Let's teach people how to survive the ATM battlefield. I'm ready, kind of.
All right, here we go. All right, Sophia, let's start with the basics. What's the first thing you do when you walk up to an ATM?
Oh, easy. First, I check to make sure no one's looking. I mean, we all know the drill, privacy first.
True. You've got to feel like you're in your own little world, right? Especially when you're entering your PIN. It's like you're doing the most secretive thing in the world.
Exactly. It's almost like I'm entering the combination to a secret vault. Like no one can know my code.
Totally. And then once you're in, it's always select language. I'm like, I'll just pick English, thanks.
Oh, totally. Like who needs the other languages? I can barely figure out what I'm doing in English, let alone in French or Spanish.
Laughs, right? And then comes the moment when you need to choose what you want. You've got your withdraw, balance, deposit, but I always end up hitting withdraw even if I just wanted to check my balance.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm always like, okay, withdraw. Wait, what did I press? And then you panic for a second, like, is this going to be a disaster?
Exactly. And then when it's asking how much money you want, I always feel like I'm making the most important financial decision of my life. Like, should I get $20, $40, or just $10 to get me through the day?
The pressure is real. It's like a mini decision-making crisis every time. Like, okay, let's pretend I have my life together and go for $100.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh wait, do I even have enough to cover that? Laughs. It's like a mini panic attack every time.
Seriously. And then once the money starts to come out, you're standing there like, do I grab it quickly or should I wait and act cool? Like, this is no big deal.
Exactly. It's like, look at me, I'm smooth, I've got this. But in reality, you're just hoping the ATM doesn't spit out an error message.
Laughs. And if it does, you get that awkward, oh, please don't look at me moment. Everyone around you is like, what's going on? And you just want to disappear.
Right. And then you act like you're just really into the receipt. Yeah, just checking my balance. Definitely not trying to figure out what went wrong.
Laughs. Classic. But hey, at least you get your cash in the end, right? Well, most of the time.
Exactly. I mean, it's always a little victory when the ATM actually gives you the money you asked for. Thank you, machine. You're not the worst.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I'll take my $20. Thank you for not eating my card or giving me the wrong amount.
Totally. And then you walk away like you just won the lottery. Look at me, I'm rich.
Totally. And then you walk away like you just won the lottery. Look at me, I'm rich. Exactly. Well, at least for the next few hours.
So once you've got your cash, do you ever feel that little rush of excitement? Like, yes, money in my hands.
Oh, totally. It's like a mini celebration every time. You feel like you're on top of the world. Like, look at me, I'm an adult and I'm managing my finances.
Exactly. But then you have that moment where you're like, okay, now what do I actually do with this cash? It's like, do I stuff it in my wallet or just leave it out like it's a huge deal?
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to look too excited, but also I want everyone to know I've got money. So you just kind of fold it, but you make sure it's neat so no one sees you as a mess.
I do that too. I'll fold it really slowly, like I'm making a big deal out of it, even though it's just a few bills. It's like, look, I'm so organized with my money, clearly.
Totally. And then you have to check your wallet, right? You're like, okay, do I have enough space for this? Should I just take a second to sort through everything and pretend like I've got everything in order?
Right. And then when you do try to put the money in your wallet, you realize it's super full and you have to start shoving things in awkwardly. You're like, this is not how I wanted this to go.
Right. And then when you do try to put the money in your wallet, you realize it's super full and you have to start shoving things in awkwardly. You're like, this is not how I wanted this to go.
Yes. Laughs. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm always trying to fit receipts, cards, and cash all in the same tiny space. And it's just a disaster waiting to happen. It's like, why do I even have so many receipts? Do I really need this coffee shop receipt from 3 weeks ago?
Exactly. And then, of course, ATM gives you that awkward, do you want another transaction message? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I just wanted the cash. Thanks. Like, leave me alone now, ATM.
Laughs. Seriously. It's like, I'm good. I'm not going to make another withdrawal just to keep you entertained.
And you know, sometimes it feels like the machine is judging you. Like when it prints that receipt and you try to quickly grab it, you're like, oh, everyone is looking. I need to do this quickly so I don't look too desperate. It laughs.
Right. It's like, why am I so self-conscious? But then you finally stuff the receipt in your pocket and you just walk away like, yeah, I did that. I've got this.
And of course, you make sure to walk away confidently, like you have everything under control, right? But secretly, you're just happy the whole thing didn't explode in your face.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm just walking away casually with my life together, even though I'm secretly relieved that nothing went wrong.
Yeah, it's like we just survived an ATM adventure every time we go. Like, okay, mission accomplished. Now I can breathe again.
Laughs. Honestly, every trip to the ATM feels like its own little journey, doesn't it? So much drama for such a simple task.
So true. But hey, at least we got the cash, right? That's the important part.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's like, I've got the money, I'm good, and I'm out of here. So after all that, I always find myself thinking, okay, what now? Do I go grab a coffee or...
Oh yeah, the classic what do I do now moment. You've got your cash and suddenly you feel like, okay, I have to treat myself to something, right? Like I deserve it after that ATM adventure.
Totally. It's like a mini victory lap, isn't it? I survived the ATM. Now I'm off to reward myself with something unnecessary but totally worth it.
Like maybe a donut or a fancy coffee.
Exactly. Like I'll stand there for a second holding my cash and I'm like, should I be responsible and save it? Or should I spend it on something I don't need but really, really want? Laughs.
And of course, we always choose the not responsible option. I mean, who can resist a delicious coffee when it's right there? It's like the ATM may have just taken a little bit of my dignity, but I'm getting it back with this coffee. Yes. And you know what? Every time I go for the coffee, I feel like a tiny rebel. Like, yeah, I'm treating myself. Who's going to stop me?
Exactly. It's like, I've been a responsible adult for 5 minutes. I've earned this. And then you get that coffee and instantly feel like you've won at life.
But then just when you think you're in control, you see that bank fee on your receipt and you're like, wait, what just happened?
Oh, don't even get me started on those. It's like, I just got my money and now you're charging me for that? Laughs. It's a roller coaster of emotions from excitement to disappointment in 2 seconds.
Right? It's like, thanks for nothing, ATM. And then you just stuff the receipt in your bag and pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, and then you walk away with a forced smile telling yourself, it's fine, the coffee was worth it.
Exactly. So we might get a little annoyed, but at the end of the day, we've got our cash, coffee, and probably a new receipt collection starting.
Laughs. And that's the beauty of life, right? Small annoyances balanced out by little pleasures. I mean, I wouldn't trade the coffee for anything.
Right. And we can laugh about it now because, hey, at least we got through it all. We survived the ATM drama and came out victorious with caffeine in hand.
Yeah, we're practically champions now. Next stop, figuring out how to spend the rest of the day without having another ATM moment.
Laughs. Yeah, we're practical champions now. Next stop, figuring out how to spend the rest of the day without having another ATM moment.
Oh, 100%. Maybe next time we'll even avoid the bank fee. But for today, we did good. We're good.
Exactly. Victory is ours, my friend. Let's take on the world, or at least the rest of our to-do list.
And then after all that, we walk away and there's that weird feeling like, did I really need all that? You know, I always second guess myself right after I get the coffee. Like, was it worth it?
Oh, totally. Like sometimes I'll even start to doubt myself. Like, did I really need that $5 coffee? Was the ATM worth the stress? But then 5 minutes later, I'm sipping it and I'm like, yep, it was worth every penny.
Exactly. The moment you take that first sip, it's like, all is forgiven. The ATM machine, doesn't matter. The fee, gone. That warm, comforting coffee just makes everything better.
Right? If like the world is okay again, all my problems solved.
Right? It's like the world is okay again. All my problems solved. Well, except for the fact that I still need to figure out how to save money. But hey, one thing at a time. Yeah, we'll leave the saving for another day. Right now, we're just surviving the little things, like ATM lines and coffee addiction.
Exactly. Baby steps. One step at a time, right?
Pauses, laughing. For real. And you know what? After all that back and forth with the ATM and the coffee, I think we've earned a good break. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my coffee in peace.
Oh, definitely. No more errands for today. I'm done. This is my moment of Zen coffee in hand, no bank fees in sight.
Yep, this is the life. Maybe tomorrow we'll be more responsible, but today, we're living it up.
And you know what? I think that's the beauty of it all. We might go through a little hassle at the ATM, but then we get to just chill.
Exactly. Like life's too short to not enjoy the small victories, right?
Right. Sometimes the smallest things, like grabbing that coffee, are actually the biggest wins of the day. Pauses.
You know, I think we've really figured life out here. A TM drama? No big deal. Coffee? Major win.
Exactly. We're experts now. Who knew an ATM trip would turn into a life lesson?
Laughs, right? From cash withdrawals to life wisdom, who knew would come from this?
Right? From cash withdrawals to life wisdom, who knew it would come from this?
And you know, speaking of those little wins, I feel like every time I use the ATM, there's that moment where I have to decide, do I want a receipt? I always end up saying no, but then like 2 minutes later, I'm wondering if I should have kept it.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like, why do I even get asked? I know I'm just going to throw it away. I always feel bad for the environment when I click no receipt, but then still wonder if I need it later.
Exactly. It's like a tiny, unnecessary decision that ends up stressing you out for no reason. And like, I'm always paranoid about forgetting something important. What if I need that receipt for something, but now I'm just too lazy to go back and get it?
Yes, it's the classic what if scenario. What if I need it for taxes? What if it's an emergency? But let's be real, how many times have we actually needed it? I can count on one hand.
Literally. I think the last time I needed an ATM receipt was never. Yet, I always feel like I'm making the wrong choice. It's the paradox of modern life.
Right, it's like we're programmed to worry about every tiny detail, but honestly, after all the ATM drama, who needs that extra stress?
Exactly. So here's my plan. Next time, I'm just going to click no receipt and live with it. No more second guessing myself.
Yeah, that's the spirit. And if I need the receipt, I'll just get over it. The universe won't collapse because of one lost piece of paper.
Exactly. If the world's going to end over a receipt, we've got bigger problems.
Pauses. Honestly, though, now that we're talking about it, I feel so much better. Like, it's not worth stressing over little things like that.
Right? And I think that's the key to life. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just enjoy the moment, like enjoying your coffee right now.
Oh, definitely. That coffee's the real MVP.
And you know, it's moments like these, just talking and laughing about simple stuff that really make everything feel less complicated.
Yes, that's the secret. Life doesn't need to be so serious all the time. Sometimes you just gotta let go, enjoy a cup of coffee, and laugh at the little things.
I think we figured it out.
Yep, we're basically philosophers now.
Right? If anyone asks us for life advice, we're ready to give it. You know, I've been thinking about this ATM situation. Have you ever had that moment where you put your card in and then nothing happens?
Yes. It's like you're just staring at the screen like, did I break it? Is this my fault? And then you get that awkward, are you sure you want to continue message?
Exactly. And then you just feel like a total idiot, like, why is this so complicated? Just an ATM, right? But then it hits you, you start panicking, like, did I forget my PIN or did I put the card in the wrong way?
And then, of course, you try again. But this time, with more confidence, like, I got this, but nope, the machine's still not cooperating.
Right. You try it again with all that confidence, like you're doing a magic trick. Come on, ATM, let's do this. And then it just spits the card back out at you, like it's judging you.
Right. You try it again with all that confidence, like you're doing a magic trick. Come on, ATM, let's do this. And then it just spits the card back out at you, like it's judging you.
Oh man, I have definitely had that moment too. And you're left standing there looking around, hoping no one saw, like, did anyone notice how badly I just messed this up? Exactly. I try to play it cool, like I totally meant to do that. Like, oh, this is totally normal, just checking if the card is okay.
Yes, and then you pretend to inspect your card like you're some kind of expert, like, yep, it's fine. All while secretly hoping the next person in line doesn't see your little ATM meltdown.
Oh, I've definitely had the awkward walk away, pretending nothing happened, but deep down, you're just trying to save face.
Laughs. I mean, that's when you just wish there was a reset button for your dignity. Like, can I just restart this entire ATM interaction?
Yes. And honestly, it's always those little things that make us feel like we've totally failed. But then I think, hey, I'm human. If the ATM isn't working, that's on the ATM, not me.
Laughs. Exactly. It's never our fault. The ATM is just being moody that day. It happens.
And honestly, I feel like everyone's been there at least once. You just gotta own it.
Totally. And when you finally get the money out, it's like, victory. Even if it took 20 minutes of frustration.
Right? It's like an epic win. Like you just climbed a mountain. You get the money and think, see, I told you I could do it.
Laughs. And then you walk away like you're a champion, holding your cash like it's a trophy.
Exactly. And after that whole adventure, all you really need is a coffee to celebrate.
Yep, coffee is the real prize at the end of the day. Forget the ATM drama. Let's get that caffeine boost.
And, speaking of victory, why is it that the second you finally get your money, you always feel like you've just won the lottery?
Oh my gosh, I totally get that. It's like, I just got my $20 and this is the best day ever.
It's funny how we all get so excited over such a small thing, right? Like it's just cash. But in that moment, it feels like you've conquered the world.
Right. It's like, yeah, I'm rich now. Even though it's just enough for a coffee and a snack.
Exactly. I mean, the real question is, why does it always feel like the ATM is judging you? Like, are you sure you want to take this out?
Oh, 100%. It's like the machine is asking, do you really need this money right now? And I'm like, yes, I do. It's for coffee, the most important thing in life.
Right? I swear, sometimes those ATMs feel like they know too much about our spending habits. Are you sure you should be taking out $10? You just got coffee yesterday.
Exactly. It's like the ATM is secretly a therapist. Let's talk about your spending choices. But honestly, the real test is when it gives you that transaction complete message.
Oh man, yes. It's like the moment you've been waiting for, like, okay, am I done now? But then you stare at the receipt and wonder why you didn't just ask for $5 more.
I do that all the time. And then I just end up putting the receipt in my pocket like, yeah, I'll look at it later or never.
Yep, that receipt is like an instant reminder of how much you really just spent. You get that little piece of paper and you're like, wait, what did I just do?
Exactly. But honestly, at the end of the day, we all know why we're really here. It's not about the money. It's about that sweet, sweet feeling of victory when the ATM finally cooperates with you.
Right. It's the little victories that matter. Who knew an ATM could give you such a rush? Laughs.
Yeah, who knew the key to happiness was just a few buttons and a little patience?
And seriously, you're right. All that frustration, totally worth it when you finally get that cash in your hand.
Absolutely. It's like a mini celebration every time. The ATM gives you the cash, and you get the satisfaction of overcoming a tiny but mighty challenge.
Exactly. Who knew withdrawing money could feel like an adventure?
Laughs. Honestly, I'm just happy I didn't get stuck with an insufficient funds message. That's the real nightmare.
Laughs. Oh, don't even remind me. That's a whole other level of anxiety. But hey, when you're living on the edge like us, those ATM moments are the best part of the day.
For real. It's like a mini heart attack followed by pure relief.
And hey, we survived it. Another day, another victory.
Yes. Another win for humanity.
Honestly, I think the best part of these ATM trips is how it always ends when you walk away like you're the richest person on the block. You just feel on top of the world for a second.
Yep, and then 2 minutes later, you're probably wondering where that money went, but hey, it's the thrill of the moment.
Exactly. It's like we're all just living for those little wins. Sometimes it's not even about the money, it's just that tiny victory of getting what you need.
Totally. And hey, if that's what it takes to make it through the day, I'm all in.
Same here. So next time you're at the ATM, just remember, you've conquered the world. For a moment.
Yep, and no matter how much or how little, you're still winning in the game of life.
That's right. All right, folks, let's keep those wins coming, whether it's at the ATM or anywhere else in life.
And don't forget to have fun with the little things. They matter just as much as the big ones.
Both laugh. You got it. Catch you in the next one.